everybody. I thought I'd give everybody an update on my aquaponics system. Sorry about the delay in this. I've just been real busy lately and just trying to catch up, so sorry about the delay. But you can see I finished the floating beds. I'll kind of go through what's going on here. Start over here, might be a little more. Right here, like I said, it tees off the valve that goes to this bed, so I can have these beds flow at a different rate than that bed. So here's the valve. It comes down underneath here and goes in right here. It goes, and then we got the 3 pipes there, and there. That top one's an emergency. This is flowing good. I shouldn't have to add a third one. This I got here, it's a deck board. I'm going to trim down to put right here just to make it, I don't know, make it look a little better. But what happens, you know, it flows in there, goes to this bed, and comes out here and just gravity back into the sump. So I'm just teeing off the one pipe to add the water. So that's it. So there's really no more power, no more nothing for this. And these are 2-inch boards. You can see the water's kind of milky, darker color. I found out what's really nice to this system is every week I add a little chelated iron and just a little bit of liquid seaweed for the minerals and stuff like that. Well, I added in this bed here, and then it goes to that bed and then to the sump. So it mixes real nice before it goes to the sump, because a couple times I added it straight to the pump and it got sucked into the pump pretty quick and over the fish tank, and it made the fish tank real cloudy. Now I doubt it'll hurt anything with the fish, but it's better to be safe than sorry. So it's actually a nice feature having these here that I can just pour it in there. Now I don't have anything in here. I'm going to try 2 different ways, and I'll let you guys know. One way you can see here, it's a perfect height. You can see I'll do this. You can see the water is just at the bottom. I'm going to try rock wool and perlite. I mean vermiculite. Sorry, vermiculite and rock wool. And I'll let you know. Rock wool will work very good, but it's a little more expensive, and it saves a little bit of time, because vermiculite just takes time to fill the cups and all that stuff, but it's a lot cheaper. So I'm hoping there's not much time difference, but I'll let you guys know if that's the case. No, there's 46 holes in these 2 beds. I did this one first, then I realized I could have 2 more holes in that one here, but right now they are 7 inches on center. That's a good medium. If I do my commercial system, I might go to an 8-inch on center just to get more airflow. But where it's located, this system right here, there's pretty good airflow right there, so I'm happy with that there. I did have the lining around, so that's good. The only thing, if you get the styrofoam, I got this from a friend of mine who's in the construction industry. It's hard to find 2 inches unless you order a whole bunch, and he had a sheet, a 4x8 sheet, and this was one. Now, most of the time the 2-inch styrofoam pieces are used for the roof of homes, or actually commercial buildings. They're put down over the roof, and then they're tarred and everything, and then there will have layers buried, rolled down, and then tar's put on top. So there's cardboard on this side and the other side. Well, when I did that, I was going to peel it off, but it's really, really hard to peel. Then I said, well, because it's been here for about 2.5 weeks floating now. So I said, well, let me put it in, let it float for a few days, and it should get soggy and peel right off. It doesn't. It stays on. Hard, hard, hard. So I said, okay, let me just drill the holes. That's fine, because I was more worried about the cardboard coming off and getting through the system and everything like that. So I don't have to worry about that. So I cut the holes, I put them in, and the problem I'm having, if you can see real light, I got a score line there, I got a score line there, I got a score line there, and there's this way, and the same with that bed there. I got 3 going this way and 3 going that way on each bed. Well, what was happening was the bottom cardboard was getting wet and the top was dry, so it was causing, I'm over exaggerating here, it was causing the whole thing to go like this. And you can kind of see just very little, you can see the depth of that one and the depth of that one. It is about 1/8 of an inch difference. It's not much of a curl anymore. Well, it was curling this way too. Not as much though, because the top was dry and the bottom was wet. So I scored them, and 3 times a day I just grabbed some water from the sump in a little watering bucket and got the top wet. And what that did, it caused the top to expand down a little bit, and the scores would let it open up. Like you can see here how it looks pretty wide. When I cut it, you could hardly see them. You could see, might be hard to tell, you can see how fine this cut is. They were all this cut here. It's almost hard to see. They were all that size. You can see how some of them really opened up more. So if you use any with the cardboard on top, make sure you score it and everything like that. I really like the 2-inch. They're sturdy as all get out. These are stout, stout, stout. These, I mean, I could have all the plants on here, lift it with one hand, and be fine. If you don't want to put it on top with the watering bucket, you know, you can just flip it upside down and just flip it, you know, if you can, a few times a day. But I already have the cups in here, and I use that to help keep some of the sunlight out. So, excuse me, that's the update on that. Let's go to the fish. Kind of scurrying. You can see they are getting really big. They come up to me every time, but if I have something in my hand, they run, because usually I have a net and I'm cleaning stuff out or something like that. But if I'm here without the camera, they're right at the surface of the water. But right now, they are about this big, which is about 4 inches. So they're, you know, 3.5, 4 inches. They are getting really big. And the fan is working great. I'm going to start keeping my eye at Walmart and stuff like that to have another fan as a backup for next year. Now I am building my bigger system, but this smaller system, I might not have to take it down the first year, because there might be room here, and that would just be nice, just some extra fish, extra plants, and I don't have to explain all that. So just as another fan as a backup, because it is working so well, I'm going to start looking for those going on sale at Walmart and Target when they start discontinuing them this fall. But as of now, it's still about 100 degrees here in Texas every day, so they're not on sale yet. Speaking of the heat, another thing I added was this barrel. My earlier videos, this barrel was down here, and it was just a real pain to get the water from here to the system. So what I did is, it's just a barrel. I put a union seal in here, and that goes in about 2 inches, sticks out about 3 inches, and I got an elbow and just a pipe. It's not glued whatsoever, nothing's glued. And then, as you can see, I just filled it up this morning. What this is excuse me, sorry, I swallowed something wrong. This is just part of my greenhouse roof, keep the mosquitoes out. What this is I need to keep water to fill the sump and everything, or the system, because the heat here, I'm having to add about 5 to 8 gallons of water every 2 days. The heat, it's just evaporating like crazy, and I'm sure a lot of that has to do with being on the concrete, you know, with my sump down there. I think that has a lot to do with it. It's just because it's just hot. So, and it was just a pain carrying buckets over and bucket over and bucket over all the time. So then I just started turning the pump off, filling it up with the hose, and adding a little bit of the chloramine remover. Well, then I'm like, well, that's kind of a waste of money with that chemicals in there and everything like that, and it's harmless for the fish, but why not do it natural? So very simple system. All I do is, since there's nothing glued, I take this PVC when I need to add water, I tip it into this bed, and it gravities, it goes down to whatever level I need to add the water, I lift it back up, it turns the flow off, and then I fill the bucket back up. So as long as it sits there for 2 days, you're fine. You're okay. I like that system. It's working great. But as you can see, I just get a hair drip, and I probably lose a cup to a cup and a half of water every day, which really isn't that big of a deal, but to me it is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna put a valve on there with the hose and just get a 10-foot hose permanently on there and just curl the hose up, and then I can just take the hose and put it in there. But I had all these parts on hand and everything like that, so that's why I did it like this, just so I could have it done. So that's what I added for that system. Another thing different, the corn is out of here. The corn is doing good and everything like that, but we just needed more space for a couple other things. So we took the corn out, because remember, the corn was there, yeah, if a crop would have been nice, but it was more there to start eating the nutrients, since corn eats so much, and I just needed something to make sure it was going to eat a lot right away. Right now, this is just a bed for seedlings, starting seedlings. I have 7 Roma tomatoes. I have, right here, 2 Big Bertha peppers, 2 jalapenos, jumbo jalapenos, and 2 Big Daddies. Now, we have people coming over with our peppers, and they really like our peppers because of the size and everything like that. If you get jalapenos, get the jumbo jalapenos. Those are the ones you see everywhere that grow nice and big. Even the smaller ones are fairly large. They're easy to stuff. There are lots of stuff you can do with them. I make candied jalapenos, sometimes called cowboy candy, but they're really nice. So get the jumbo jalapenos. Now, Big Berthas are green peppers, and they turn orange or red after they turn green. Almost all peppers do. So when they turn red, they start to go soft pretty quick, but they're a little sweeter. And researching online, peppers that turn from green to red, or green to orange, or green to yellow, or orange then yellow, or whatever, after they turn color, we found out they actually have more nutrients in them. So that's kind of nice, plus they're sweeter. But the Big Berthas are really big. I mean, I'm talking, you know, they're 4, 5, 6 inches big, which are really nice. Now, the Big Daddies are really nice peppers. They remind me of a banana pepper that's twice as big, or twice as big around, and a few inches longer. But they have a little more flavor, and they will turn orange and red. So really nice. Those are really great peppers. So these are going to be our mainstay peppers we grow and we sell. We kind of homed in on these. Our Big Daddies and Big Berthas, jalapenos, excuse me. And then we will grow a lot of Roma tomatoes. In Texas here, we can't grow big tomatoes. We can grow them in the winter in the greenhouse, but in the summer they crack because the heat and then the water. So we'll grow Romas most of the time, and we'll go grow Romas in the winter. I know I'll get some calls. What are these over here? And I got some sticks sticking up over here. We are trying something since we have it. We took some cuttings off of our blueberry plants we have out in our raised beds. I have a video earlier in my series. You can go back and take a peek, and about the blueberry plants. Talk about them. I got 3 in each of the raised beds. So we're just seeing if we can propagate them ourselves and plant them, because I have a few more raised beds built that we want to put some more blueberries in. So this is just a quick update. Everything is still going good. Everything's going extremely well. They're acting real shy today. So I just want to make sure I get an update so you guys know I'm not ignoring you. Just been real busy and everything like that. So that's it. I hope everybody has a great day. I thank everybody for watching. Subscribe if you don't mind for me. And if you want to have any questions, please let me know. The response from the questions and answers was really good in the economics video, and I got some great questions. I think I've answered everybody that sent a question in personally, but I will make a video with all those questions on there again. And I'm starting to work on another economic viability part 2. Excuse me. Now there will be more parts to it. I'm going to get more in detailed about the economics part instead of, I just did an overview. I'm going to get more detailed in it. The biggest thing I got from people saying they want numbers, I really, like I said in the video, I cannot give you numbers. I mean, it's different. My neighbor could have different numbers than me. So what I will do is I will use placeholder numbers, okay? I will say, for me, for this is what it is for me, okay? Now, some people said, give me the numbers and I'll take 10% each way. No, the swing is a lot more than 10%. If you are along the coast, and this is in the U.S., if you're over there, California, Oregon, Washington, or up in New England along the coast, not necessarily down south, you are going to get a little more selling your product, but your inputs are going to be extremely more expensive compared to the other part of the country. Your labor is going to be a lot more there. Your input costs, your water, your power, and everything's going to be a lot more. So I think it would be a wash either way, but yeah, that's it. I'll get more in detail with that later, but I just want to make sure I give everybody an update of the system, what's going on now. The plan right now is still to the commercial system in here. Out here will be my fish tanks. I will have a couple floating beds here and 3 rows of raised beds, and then Dutch buckets over there. An alternate plan will be 2 floating beds. I will have a row of wicking beds right here, 2 rows of grow beds, and the Dutch buckets. Wicking beds they're not aquaponics, but you can use the water from aquaponics. It's a really good system. Now these trees will stay. This is a lime, this is a lemon, because we would like a couple avocado trees in here. That would be nice. We have a couple now, but they actually got burned with the heat. I think I told about that in another video. So that's what we would like to do. So that's it. I hope everybody has a great day. And on a side note, if anybody is in the North Texas area, you're pretty close, that has a greenhouse, you have to have a greenhouse. And let me give you a stipulation. We have some kiwi vines that I ripped out that just grew back. If you want the cuttings from them, or you want to come and trim them down and cut the rootings up, just let me know. Now, excuse me, if you have kiwis, you really can't have peppers or tomatoes. Kiwis need more chill hours than the peppers and tomatoes like, temperature-wise. So if you have the kiwis, you pretty much have to have kiwis and no peppers or tomatoes or anything like that in your greenhouse. So that's why we're not doing anything with them. They grow really nice and everything like here, but we do have, I don't know if I've showed you this before, all these vines you see here, these are actually the skinless kiwis. And as you can see, there's my cat Dunn. He had a brother Brooks. They were Brooks and Dunn. But don't undervalue the importance of having a good outdoor cat. Now he goes in and out. He keeps a lot of the critters out of the greenhouse. So do not underestimate the importance of having a couple good cats around. Now once the system's going, the commercial, the cat will not be in the greenhouse, but he'll be all the way around it, cleaning stuff there up. But go back to the skinless kiwis. They grow almost like grapes, in clusters like grapes, only a little more spread out than grapes. They're about this big, and you don't have to peel them, you just pop them in your mouth. So, and we're just at the point where next year we might be getting some. Now if you have these, you have to have a male, okay? So I think we have 2 males and 6 females, or 5 females and 1 male, I forgot, but something like that. I think it's 5 and 1, I think we have now. So that, you have to have that for the pollination. So, but if you're interested in the other kiwis, let me know. Because this winter, when I cut it down, I can dig them up and put them in a pot. You can come get them. So that's it. I hope everybody has a great day. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please put them below. Thank you, guys.